So I have had this Les Paul Standard here for about 7 years now, and it's a very special guitar for me. I'm never going to part ways with it, but I have to confess I have been neglecting it pretty much ever since I got my telly back in 2014. It's a great sounding guitar, but I very rarely gig with it because it just doesn't hold its tuning all that well. But recently, I was contacted by this company who make a very intriguing product called the String Butler. And it's basically a device that you attach to the headstock of your Gibson or Gibson style 3-in-3 headstock. Due to the angle at which the strings pass through the nut on these types of headstocks, you can see that on the A, D, G and B strings, they're coming through diagonally and then coming down in a straight line through the nut. Due to that, it's hard to keep these styles of guitars in tune. So what the String Butler does is it goes around here and adds some pegs for the strings to pass through, which allows the A, D, G and B strings to pass through the nut in a straight line. You'll see this later when I install it on the guitar, but that's the idea behind the product. You'll notice that on guitars like Tellys and Strats, the strings all pass through the nut in a straight line from the nut slot right up to the tuner. And those guitars, in my experience, definitely hold their tuning much better than these types of guitars. I even had a black Graphtec nut installed on this Les Paul months ago in the hopes that it would diminish or eliminate the tuning difficulties that I was experiencing with it, but to be honest, it didn't really make much of a difference at all. So today I am going to install the String Butler on the headstock of my Les Paul and see how I get on with it. I am planning on making a follow-up to this video after a few weeks of having it installed on the guitar just to see how it holds up. But seeing as it's been approved by players like Phil X, Tim Pierce and Brent Hines from Mastodon, I think it's safe to assume that it's going to do what it says on the tin. And just as a disclaimer, I'm not being paid to make this video, but they did send me the product for free, so make of that what you will. Currently, I've got Ernie Ball Slinkies 10-46 on this Les Paul, but once I've installed the String Butler on the guitar, I'm going to try out these Ernie Ball Paradigm 11-48 strings. Because as I mentioned in a recent video, I'm more used to the feel of the 25.5-inch scale length that you get on Tellys and Strats now. So when I go to play my Les Paul, 10s just don't feel quite tight enough. So I'm hoping that 11-48s will solve that issue for me. And just in case anyone's wondering, I have used 11s on this Les Paul in the past. The tuning issues were still there. Okay, so that is the String Butler now installed on my Les Paul. As you can see from the video, it was a pretty easy installation process. You basically just have to remove some screws from the low and high E strings, and you pretty much just slot the String Butler underneath and then put the screws back in, tighten it up, and then you're good to restring. I've stretched the strings out a bit and left it to sit overnight. And I have played the guitar a little bit, but I don't feel like the strings are properly broken in yet, so I'm not going to do like a comprehensive review of the product right now. As I said earlier in the video, I am going to do a follow-up just to see how the tuning stability has improved after 2-3 weeks of playing with the guitar. But so far it seems to be holding its tuning pretty well, considering the strings are really fresh on this guitar. Now, I will admit that the first time I'd heard of the String Butler, it was before they even messaged me about this video. Um, I'd seen a few other YouTube videos about it in the past, and I have to admit the aesthetic of it on the headstock was kind of something that turned me off. I liked the idea of it, but just seeing this on the headstock, I don't know, it didn't sit right with me. But I have to say, after installing it on my own guitar, they sent me an all black one, which I really like because it doesn't really take away from the visual aspect of the black Gibson headstock. So seeing it on my own guitar has given me a sort of new perspective on it, and actually I don't even mind that it looks this way now. I actually kind of think it looks pretty cool. So now I think it was just a case of getting used to seeing it on different guitars online and now my own. Now guys, what's really cool about this is the people at String Butler have very kindly offered to do a giveaway for my YouTube subscribers. So if you want to be within a chance of winning a String Butler for your own guitar, bearing in mind it has to have this style of headstock, here's what you have to do. Post a picture of your 3-in-3 headstock guitar to Instagram and use the hashtags String Butler giveaway and String Butler in your post. If you don't include these hashtags, I'm not going to be able to see the post, so make sure that you do include those. There will be 3 winners whose names will be picked out of a hat or a bowl or something, and in addition to winning a String Butler each, you will all receive free coupons for both of my online guitar courses, Bulletproof Guitar Player Parts 1 and 2. Unless you have them already, of course. In that case, you could gift them to a guitar playing friend of yours if you wish to. So again, 3 people will be winning a String Butler each, as well as coupons for my online guitar courses. The deadline that I'm setting for this is the 5th of February, so you've got plenty of time to enter. Again, the names will be chosen at random. I will announce them in a video on or after the 5th of February. And once I've contacted the winners and you've got in touch with me to pass on your details, I will then forward that to the people at String Butler and they'll be able to send you your prize. So that's pretty much it. All you have to do is post a photo of your 3-in-3 headstock guitar to Instagram, use the hashtags String Butler giveaway and String Butler in your post. The deadline is the 5th of February 2019, and I will of course announce the winners in a video on or soon after the 5th of February. Good luck guys, and thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you all in the next one.